What's up everyone, it's the Siege Lad here with our third video of the series. Now today we're going to talk about a pretty important topic, and that topic is game sense and map knowledge. Now before I get into this topic, you have to realize something. A lot of this knowledge honestly just comes with playtime, but it can be taught. Now, you hear everyone talk about game sense, but what is it exactly? Now, by definition, game sense is a player's prediction and deductive reasoning abilities. You must be thinking, okay, well, that doesn't really help me at all. So I'm going to break it down for you guys. Essentially, any player with a good game sense knows where the enemy is at all times, knows how the enemy is playing, like how aggressive or where certain players are playing, being able to predict enemy moves, knowing good map spots for utilities, such as where to buck or sledge a wall or a floor, knows his position in the team, where to go and what to do, and also knows when to push, when to help, and when to play defensive. So now that I've given you guys a brief definition of what game sense really is, let's delve into it. So knowing where the enemy is really comes down to one thing, which is cameras. On the attacking side, it's about properly droning for yourself or for your teammates that are about to push into a room or an objective. Well, what if you don't have any drones? Well, I hate to tell you, but you didn't drone right, and you just went straight into objective with your drone and got them both shot. Drone economy is a really big deal in this game, and honestly, a lot of people really don't understand this. If you know where the objective is, there's really no reason for you to just full send your drone into the objective only to get it shot. Hide your drone in an area where you know you're probably going to enter the building, so when you start the attack phase and come to the entrance of the building where you decide to enter, you already have a drone ready to see if anyone lies in wait. Also, with droning, you do not always have to ping enemies. In fact, not pinging enemies actually kind of gives you an element of surprise and will allow you to get the jump on someone without them knowing that you knew where they were. When defending, only ping an enemy when absolutely necessary, i.e., an enemy is right next to one of your teammates, and even then, a simple call out can remedy that and can save you a camera. Another thing is on defense, never ping on your teammates' Valkyrie cameras. Those cameras are for gaining intel on the enemy, and you can't gain intel if you ping an enemy and they decide to shoot it, because once you ping an enemy, they're going to look for that camera and they will find it and shoot it. All in all, if you've seen enemy on cams, attacking or defending, simply just give a verbal call out to your teammates instead of wasting a good intel gadget. So let's talk a little bit about predicting enemy moves. Now, this can be hard, especially if you don't have much playtime or experience. To explain it simply, just bear the mindset of what would I do in their situation is usually the best solution, and honestly it can help you outsmart your enemy. Now, 8 out of 10 times the enemy is going to do something very predictable, and simply just thinking about what their next move might be based off of your experience could land you the kill. Okay, so right now I want you to take a look at a clip from a game that I played the other day, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I was thinking as I was playing. Okay, so let's take a look at this clip here. Okay, so an enemy had just shot me from the west, through the wall, and I shot back. Therefore, now the enemy knows that I'm in the bathroom. So based off of the thinking of what would I do next, I'm going to go around and try and flush him out of the bathroom. So I'm going to defend against that. Okay, so right here, an enemy has just put a fuse on the wall, and a typical fuse move is to put a fuse charge on a wall and then run around and then detonate it to distract my attention away from where he's actually going to come from. It's quite common with fuse players. So right here, I'm pretty much predicting that that is exactly what's going to happen, so I have my C4 waiting. And there you have it. He did exactly what I thought he was going to do. He thought he was going to come around and try and flush me out of the bathroom. But because I was listening and I knew exactly what he was going to do, I was able to secure that C4 kill. So to further emphasize on this topic, When defending, especially roaming, I tend to use the same what would I do mindset when figuring out the direction I think they're going to attack from or enter the building. On the other hand, when attacking or entering a building, I always assume two things usually. One, that there will be a roamer, and two, he's going to be sitting in the same spots that I tend to use. And 8 out of 10 times, I usually catch a roamer sitting or defending a spot that I usually would. As for good map spots, I'm going to cover that in my next video about vertical play, so look forward to seeing some good buck, sledge, and shotgun spots, because it really deserves its own video. Now let's talk about roles. When picking an operator, it is extremely important to understand what role that operator plays and what your job is. For example, if you pick Thermite and you're the only hard breach, do not go off and try and frag, because you will end up dying and then screw your team out of breaching into an objective and resulting in making their lives 100 times more difficult. The correct thing to do would be to, if your team is cooperative, be hip attached to the Thatcher on your team and follow behind the entry fraggers, such as Ash as she clears out the breach site. Thatcher will then throw his EMP and you will breach. Boom. There's a coordinated push and breach, and that is what teamwork is about. Most people forget that this is a team-based game and not about how many kills you can get. Now sure, kills are nice, but to me, winning is much more fun. If you're a support op, support the team. If you're an entry fragger, lead the pack and escort the support. If you're a shield player, protect the bomb planter, and call out enemy positions. Knowing when to push is also a key part in this game, and exploiting certain situations really separates the winners from the losers. For example, if Thermite breaches and your whole team pushes in, don't just sit back and twiddle your thumbs. Push the objective with your team and gain site control. Chances are there might only be 2 people actually sitting on objective, which will allow for an easy 5v2 situation. And once control is gained, it will make it extremely hard for those remaining 3 roamers to actually retake control of point. Lastly, for game sense, I just wanted to talk a little bit about holding angles and being patient. Now, there are many situations that could be used as an example, so I'm going to keep it to the most common. Let's say you and another teammate just managed to get the bomb diffuser planted and there are still 3 enemies left alive. So it's a 2v3 situation with bomb diffuser planted. What do? If you find yourself thinking about running around, hoping you don't get shot while trying to kill the enemy, you just lost the round. If you find yourself sitting right next to diffuser in the open with sights aimed at the door, you just lost the round. What you and your other teammate need to do is find a small entry angle and hold it. There's really no reason to keep looking around, but to just keep holding the angle and keep that trigger finger primed. Need to panic less and think more. Now, a fun fact, when holding an angle on a doorway, aim at the middle buckle that is left from the wooden barricade. This is because the middle buckle is exactly at head level and you will be aiming directly at their head when they come around the corner. So, for those of you who are still with me here, let's talk a little bit about map knowledge. Now, accurate callouts in this game are everything. There are many ways you can learn the maps, the names of each room, stairwell, etc. One being to just go into a custom game and explore. Explore the layout of the map for yourself and figure out the name of each of the areas by just looking at your compass. Second being a third-party source, with my favorite source being r6maps.com, and I'll put the link of the website in the description. Now, this website has detailed pictures and layouts that is easy for anyone to follow and of pretty much every single map. Just study them whenever you have some free time or even in bed before you go to sleep. They even have camera angles, default camera viewpoints, every single bomb site, every single secure area location on each map. Everything you need to know to master a map is on that website. While in a game, there's honestly nothing worse than seeing a teammate die only to hear, "He's on my body," or "He's in a cubby." That helps no one, and you might as well have just stayed quiet in the first place. If you find yourself in a game where an enemy is near you, but you can't seem to remember the name of the area he's in, do one of 2 things. If he's in the same room as you, look at the bottom of your compass and shout it out. If he's next to the area you're in, do the same thing except say, "Enemies in hallway outside of X," or "He's west, east, north of X." Being able to give a quick and accurate call out as soon as you die, or you see someone on a camera, or you see them visually is an incredible skill to have, and it's very much sought out by different teammates looking for people to play with. Now, along with r6maps.com, I'll put a couple other sources in the description of this video about where you can learn the maps and different videos and stuff like that. Alright everyone, that's all I have for this video, and as always, if anyone has any questions or concerns, please feel free to either comment or message me on Twitter at TheSiegeLad, and I will be happy to answer any of your questions. I might even start a Discord channel for everyone to talk about different strategies and so forth, and to even chat with me. If this is something that interests you all, just let me know and I will make a channel and then post the Discord invites in my YouTube About section as well as post it on my Twitter. I hope you guys learned something from this video and were able to get some good info to take with you into your next match. So be sure to hit the like button if you like this video, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.